So, we've been training partners in the past.
Yep, 1996 we started.
And you've never been shy. I've always felt at home and comfortable here at Temple Gym. Come down the stairs and I felt very nostalgic. And what we've walked into today seems to me a very honest workout. There was nothing flashy, it was honest.
Nothing flashy about this gym.
There's no, but I mean it gets results.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gone out of, heavyweights and bodybuilding and you've hung on and you've stayed with it. How is it possible to make improvements year after year in the way that you have?
Very hard to be honest, but you have to sort of set yourself goals. I mean, like a yearly goal, then break it down to say monthly goals. I mean, for me to stay motivated, I like to pick a competition. I give myself like a year to prepare for a show, so 7 months off season to bulk up, then probably 3 months pre-contest to trim down, and that's the way I stay motivated. Because unless if you have a goal, you're just training aimlessly. You see, so personally, that's for me how I stay motivated.
So you are a layman, bodybuilder in my eyes.
Sort of, something I've done for over 20 years now, so it's sort of instilled into me. So.
And what, bodybuilding wise, what are your ambitions this year?
Well, I've been competing for over 2 years now, so this will be the first time I compete in 12 weeks' time for the Welsh Championships, which will be a qualifier for the British Championships in October. I want to qualify, then place. Ultimately, I want to win, so that's my main goal. I'm training to win.
And is that right, you're moving up a weight class?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's about time I've stepped up a weight. I mean, we'll see how my prep goes, and whatever weight I fall at, that's what class I'll do, but I've got no sort of, at the moment, I think I'm heavyweight, yeah.
Well, from previous conversations, you've made it apparent that you've been training professional bodybuilders over the last 24 months. Being in with pros and high prestige, top percentage bodybuilders, what do you think you've learned from that? I mean, you've been coaching them.
To be honest, there's no real secrets. It's just one thing I have learned. It's consistency. There's no point in training hard and eating good for 2 weeks, then go party, then relaxing your diet for 2 weeks. Every day is going to be the same consistent food, training, resting. It's a week in, week out, yearly sport. So it's consistency. That's the one thing I've learned. So yeah.
Also, you've had a busy year last year. You were promoting your own show, and it was quite a big show to be promoting.
Me and my partner Neil Hill and James Collier, we put on the IFBB British Grand Prix, which was held in London in March this year. The show's been absent for 7 years because it was last seen in London, Wembley, 2005, I believe. But there's been a 6-year absence. We decided there was a demand for professional body back in the UK, so a year ago we started planning and came up with the idea. Along with the bodybuilding show, we brought in different sports, like we had professional strongman, we had an expo tied into the show, we had arm wrestling, powerlifting and model search. So not only was it a show, it was like a whole weekend of events, and it was really successful. We had probably 7,000 or 8,000 people turn up for the weekend, so yeah, it was a success.
Well, having experience promoting shows ourselves, I'm wondering what type of stress that's going to put on your side with your bodybuilding career as well.
Well, to be honest, my bodybuilding career was put on hold for a good 7 months because I've never put on a show before. To put something of this magnitude, and it was all a learning curve to me, and it was a learning curve for my two partners as well, because to put on a bodybuilding show is one thing, but an expo, all the other events, it took up probably all my life, yeah. It was like having a baby, I swear to God. But we learned a lot of things. I mean, we made some mistakes, but next year we're planning on to having better events. Yeah.
Well, I'm presuming with all the contacts you've got and your experience in the gym world, and I mean that goes right across the board, not just bodybuilding, strongman, all the combat sports. I mean you've got a lot of contacts, as did your brother Steve. Yeah. I'm sure this is going to be an awesome event, the next one.
Oh yeah, I mean next year we're going to expand on the expo side. I mean professional bodybuilding we've got covered. We've been given the amateur Mr. Olympia title by the WEDA itself, so that in itself is a great title to have.
Massive.
We're going to expand on the MMA. We're going to bring in another 4 or 5 different martial arts sports, so that in itself will be huge. So it's big things to be happening here.
Do you think that, with this mental exertion that you're going to be putting on yourself, putting shows on, do you think that your training goes hand in hand? Do you think it's going to make a nice balance, a sort of a release?
The real work starts about probably 6 months prior to the show. I mean, that's why I sort of picked a show now. So once I finish competing, I'll be able to dedicate full time to the show, to the expo. So, but now I sort of felt like I needed to get back into the sport because I sort of let things go. So maybe going back into the sport and also promoting the sport as well. So it's good. Yeah.
As far as promoting the sport, once again, I mean, we come down the stairs and we saw yourself and your partner working out. I mean, man, we could have gone back nearly 40 years, back to 1976. We could have been filming Pumping Iron at that point. You probably heard me comment to the cameraman that was a money shot. It was that self-explanatory. Do you think there's a market in, a revival of the Pumping Iron type?
Well, definitely. I mean, you go to the shows, there's still a big interest. I mean, the expo itself expressed there's still a big demand for looking good. People, not just competitive bodybuilding, but just people who want to look good in general, want to stay in shape, and whether it's to the extreme of bodybuilding or just martial arts, people want to look good, and it's people more health conscious nowadays. So definitely, it's definitely growing. Yeah.
Well, I could see how excited Sarah was getting because it's conditioning that is, because you used to pass it and taking dumbbells off him. I could see how excited she got over it in the workout. If you had one simple piece of advice for a prospective bodybuilder, what would your advice be, Simon?
It's like I said, you have to be consistent with your training. Don't overtrain. Eat well, eat enough food. You don't have to train 4 or 5 times a week. 3 or 4 times a week for a beginner is adequate. But you've got to put the work in week in, week out. You can't just do it for a week and take 3 weeks off. It's a yearly thing, so just stay consistent.
One last thing, Simon. I'm going to be a little bit cheeky here. We've got you doing chest and triceps today. I mean, in the future, over the next 6 months, would it be possible if we caught the rest of your body up and followed your progression? That'd be really nice.
You caught me on chest today. I mean, that's how we train. We train fast, intense. I did my similar time. There's no talking, there's no funny around, it's just as you see it, so blood and guts, yeah, absolutely.
Simon, thanks very much, mate. You've been an absolute gentleman. Thank you. Simon, bang.
Yeah, we do.